Hey, YouTube family. Welcome to Jackie with a Q. I hope all is well with everyone today, and I hope you making it happen for yourself. Got to make it happen for yourself, right? So, again, welcome to Jackie with a Q. I just got on here real quick because we could, it's something that I need to talk about, right? And it's a little disheartening, but I'm going to talk about it anyway, right? Because I have my take on the situation, right? Again, welcome. But don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Drop down in the description box. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I really want you guys to comment on this video because it's a serious matter. And I just want to know, how everybody thinks, what the consensus is. Like I said, I'm a mother. And I done had to do some things, right? Because I got boys. My daughter was sweet. She was sweet like a little angel. I had to do nothing to her, but them boys, I damn near had to kill. So anyway, today, y'all, and it like I said, it disheartens me, right? So in no way am I bashing. We just talking about what's already out there in the world, right? That's what I do. Talk about what's ever out there in the world. And, the name of my channel is Jackie with a Q, where the Q stands for Queen, the Q stands for Questions, and the Q stands for Quality of Life. So right now we're talking about quality of life, right? And like I said, I appreciate you guys' comments. It's well appreciated, right? And to all my new subscribers, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for taking time out of your day to pay attention to me, okay? So anyway, y'all, today we're talking about C's from Black Ink, right? Now, let me tell y'all something. Let me just give y'all some history, right? For me. I have been so proud of him. I've been watching him from day one, years back. I've been watching him from day one. Now, for me, I like anybody who's an entrepreneur. I like everybody, but I like anybody who's a self-starter, who's an entrepreneur, somebody that's trying to go higher and higher and higher. Let me just put that out there, right? Because that's what we all need to strive to do. Whatever your skill is, whatever your talent is, whatever you're good at, see if you can get some money from it, period, right? So I was very proud of him because he took when he got on his feet, he took his childhood friends with him, something that is very rare. He took his childhood friends with him. Now, they had some fallouts along the way, but he took his friends with him, right? And I commend him for that. He put a lot of people on the map. He's got several locations now, like Indiana, Atlanta. I think he had one in Miami. I'm not sure, but I know he's got several locations, right? So I'm saying all this to say that I'm very proud of C's, and I've been watching C's from the very beginning. Me and my girlfriend Kat, shout out to Kat. We used to watch him and then talk about it on the phone. Like, girl, did you see this and do that? Da, 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 da. Especially when he was with Duchess, because we never liked Duchess. We saw through Duchess, right? So anyway, y'all, I just want y'all to know that I like C's. I like him a whole lot. I used to frequent New York a lot. And I remember I seen him in this popular eatery, right? And he was with her. Very approachable guy, seems to be. Very nice guy, right? So anyway, it has been reported by the daughter that her father snatched her out the shower and put hands and feet on her. Now then, we're going to stop right there. The hands and the feet, right? Now, she's a teenager. I think she might be 16. Teenagers is rough. Anybody got kids? No, teenagers is the worst human beings on the earth, right? Now, I'm also going to say that there's a limit to the amount of discipline you give to a child. There is a limit, right? Let me tell you something. I had a son, my oldest son, right? He was bad. That nigga was bad from way back. He got expelled and blackballed in kindergarten from all the Catholic schools in the city. Okay? Let's just start right there. That nigga been getting on my nerves all his life, right? Now, there came a time when he was a teenager. And he thought, when you're a single mother, boys tend to think they the man of the house and they run you. It'll get to that point, right? So he never wanted to do anything, take out the garbage, do all the shit you're supposed to do. He's always a battle, right? And this particular time, I don't know what the situation was, but he got out of hand, right? And he had the nerve. This is when they started, 696 kids and people started reporting people kids and all that stuff, right? So he had the nerve to say to me, that he was going to call 911, whoever, 696, it was called 696 Kids back then. He was going to call 696 Kids, and they was going to arrest me or whatever they was going to do, right? And I said, nigga, go ahead, right? Because if you call anybody to come, if you call anybody, you're going to have to go ahead with them. You're going to have to go with them, right? Especially when I'm struggling trying to feed your big greedy ass and do all the shit. And I had 2 little kids. I had a little baby and I had my daughter, right? So we got into a scruffle. I'm going to call it a scruffle. And I had to punch that nigga in his goddamn eye, right? I punched him in his eye. And I think it blacked a little bit, right? So, he had said that, he was going to call the people. So I called the police. I'm going to call the police because I'm sick of this nigga, right? I called the police and said, listen, I done hit this nigga in his eye and it's black a little bit. Just so happened it was a woman, dispatcher, a police officer, I don't know what she was, right? This is when I was living in Cincinnati. And she said, listen, ma'am. She said, handle your business. She said, we know the difference between discipline and abuse, and hung up the phone. Sure did. Sure did. Sure did. So now I'm just saying, when you have teenagers, it's tough, y'all. It's tough. It's tough if it's 2 parents. It's equally tough if it's 1. Now I'm gonna tell you the problem. What I just because I know shit, I don't know nothing about them personally, but from what I know throughout life, right, living life. Okay, so C's has this daughter. Now I remember when the show first started, he hadn't seen her. He was trying to go get her. And I remember the girl Duchess paid whatever he had to pay or whatever he had to do. I'm gonna say it was back child support. I don't know because I don't remember. But Duchess was instrumental in helping him bridge the gap between getting with the daughter, right? Now, she did do that. And so it was years he hadn't seen her, hadn't talked to her, whatever. Now, this is where we come to phase 1 of the bullshit, right? What happens? I've seen it happen time and time again. My youngest son is dealing with it now. I've seen a lot of young men deal with it, right? And I don't know why, because it's stupid. So there is something called the bitter baby mama syndrome. And I'm going to tell y'all what that is for all y'all that don't know. The bitter baby mama syndrome is a female that has had a child or 2 or 3 by a man and feels she's entitled to him, but he wants to move on with his life, or he has moved on with his life, right? And just because you have a baby with a man, you could be married. If he moved on, he's moved on. You got to accept it and you move on, right? But the bitter baby mama syndrome, it has other moving parts to it because for number 1, they will turn the child against the parent. And they may not intentionally do it, but when you talk negative around the child can't do nothing but pick up on them vibes. That's number 1, right? Number 2 is, for whatever reason, bitter baby mamas like to hold the child hostage. They like to hold the child. Let me tell you something. And I done said it before in my other videos. I made a video about bitter baby mamas. Y'all go back and check it out, right? Let me tell you something. I had 3 kids by 3 different men in 3 different times in my life. My kids are 7 years apart. Now, that boy I told you about that got on my nerves so bad, I had him at 18 when I was in college, right? I was too young. You too young, right? But, I had my baby. Well, anyway, I don't care. Let me tell you something. I don't care who you was, if you was kin to me or kin to the daddy. If you say you want to come get my child, you come get the other ones too, because my kids intermingle. They a team. They together, right? So I wouldn't care who was coming to get them. The girlfriend, the neighbor, the sister-in-law. I wouldn't give a damn who it was. Come get them. That's the difference between women and these new era of mamas, the bitter baby mama crew, right? They're so bitter. You got to let that shit go. You got to release that in order to move forward in life. You got to release that, right? So they hold the kids hostage. They ding dong. They play ping pong. Yeah, you can see them when you get there. No, you can't. Something wrong. You didn't say this right. You didn't do that right, right? I see it all the time. And the young lady that my son has the baby by, I don't, she's going to get mad. She's going to have people, inbox me and do all that dumb shit. But since I'm talking about this, I'm talking about it because it's very disparaging, right? There's no need to be mad, right? I don't want to be with nobody. Excuse me. I don't want to be with nobody that don't want to be with me. That's number 1. I don't want to be with nobody that don't want to be with me, right? You got to think better of yourself and want more for yourself and elevate your self-esteem, right? Why would you chase after a nigga? Why would you want to long for a nigga that don't want you? That's dumb. right? So the bitter baby mama syndrome is bad. And you know, like I said, when I had kids, it wasn't really so much like that because we wanted somebody to come get them kids. Because number one, we working a job, probably working 2 jobs, trying to go to school. It's a different era of mothers. You know, motherhood was a little different. You know what I'm saying? We was trying to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So these young ladies now, you know, a younger generation period, right? And again, I'm not bashing, but they seem to think that people owe them something, right? Don't nobody owe you shit. You got to get it for yourself. You still got to get it for yourself every day, right? So being mad at the man is dumb, you know, because I know a lot of guys who's fighting. They got to literally fight the baby mama to see their child. They got to fight to see their child. So what happens is the child becomes resentful right along with the mother, right? Now, I'm going to tell you my take, what I think of the situation, just from what I've seen on TV and what I know in life, right? So when C's finally did establish a relationship with this child, she was a teen or preteen, right? Now, mind you, it's years of resentment and hate and bad talking about this man, I'm sure, in that household, right? Because last season, was it the last season before, the last season that Black Ink aired, the mama, you know, she had a bad chin. She was not that attractive. She went and got her chin broke or fixed, whatever you do to it, and fixed herself up. I think she had some work done on her body, right? She's a little thick, right? So... And she liked C's. See, this is what I understand. How do you like somebody 15 years later? It ain't nobody I was with 15 years ago that I would be with today. Nobody. Because you change. You evolve. You should. You evolve. That's what life is about. Right? Now, you know, maybe there's some love stories. I'm sure that there are. You know, we was in love in the 9th grade, 8th grade, 5th grade, been knowing him since the sandbox. And, you know, we tried it, now we tried back in. Okay, yeah. But I'm just saying, you know, for the most part, it ain't nobody that I liked 15 years ago. Shit, I was just with somebody for 10 years and we've been broke up now about 3 or 4. I don't want that nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to, you know, move on in life. It's called moving on, right? So now he's established a relationship. I'm just going on based what I see on TV. He established a relationship with her, right? Preteen. He's doing wonderful things. You know, C's has brought his money up. I'm very proud of him, right? So so the girl liked him. The baby mama liked him. He didn't like her. He didn't like her. You know, men are visual. They're not heavy thinkers like women. He liked you when he was 15. He don't like you now at 30, 31. That you ain't even the style of a woman he liked. And first of all, most men, especially they got some money, they want the big booty 4-inch waist broad. That's what they like, with the long hair, with the bundles. They ain't, you know, they ain't looking at regular smuggler, right? Ain't nothing wrong with it, but that's what they like, right? You see it in the sports guys. Anybody gets somebody, that's what they do. They do other shit, right? They like other women. But anyway, so that didn't go well, right? And she got upset and it was a big brawl, right? Now, what I found out by reading is that if she can't be on the show no more. Right? So now you got that bitterness. See, a lot of shit we don't know until afterwards, right? So now you got all that bitterness going on. So evidently, she let the daughter go with him, and he has a new girlfriend. New girlfriend, pretty, big, giant booty, the little bitty waist, the long hair, pretty in the face. The mama don't like that shit, and I'm sure the daughter don't like. Now let me tell y'all, because I've been single before, what happens just in a regular situation when a man has a daughter, especially a teenage daughter, young daughter in her 20s, she will try her, if she don't come right in and like you, she gonna try her best to agitate the shit out you. And she's gonna monopolize the daddy time. Now, like I said, men don't pay attention to a lot of stuff, so they don't even know that they get monopolized. They don't know. They ain't paying no attention to it. You know, that's you know, little Kiki, she cool. That's my daughter, she cool. I love Kiki. Kiki cool. No, the fuck she not. You know, Kiki, you know. I remember one time I went over to this guy house, y'all. I liked him. And I like to go over the guy house because, you know, I had kids. So I like to go over your house, right? And went over his house and his daughter came over. And now we had planned the evening of cooking and, you know, what people do, right? Daughter would never leave. And he had a small house, too. I want to say it was an efficiency. He had a small house. I want to say he had a small house, right? Apartment or whatever. And the daughter sat there and would not leave. Would not leave. So she was going to sit me out. You know, I end up leaving because I got kids. I got to go, right? And I end up leaving. But, you know, I don't particularly like to date guys with kids. And, you know, it's got to be a certain type of child. And they got to be a certain age, right? And when I was younger, I didn't really fool with guys with kids, period. I don't want that trauma. I don't want that drama in my life, right? But and you know, I remember my sister said one time, "Well, you got kids, yeah, but my kids stay in line. I know how to keep my kids in line. My kids don't run my house. You know what I'm saying? And I don't. When I'm talking, you know, I never talked against. I never talked against my kids' fathers because they're gonna find that shit out when they get grown. They're gonna find it out anyway. I ain't gotta say nothing about them. They gonna find it out anyway, right? Because it shows by your actions. Shit, if I ain't seen you, and if I don't see you, but once again, nigga, I know you ain't shit, right? But anyway, what has happened is I think that there was a lot of resentment built up, right? And I'm sure the mother has been saying stuff in the background and saying it to her. I don't know, because I don't know, right? And a lot of resentment has built up. And then here's a man who's trying. I think this is his only child. Here's a man that's trying but don't quite know how. You know what I'm saying? So all those different things are going on, right? He's trying to be the best father he can be. He done built his business up. He done built his brand up. He's trying to now take care of his daughter. So now they say, the girls say, I saw the video, which I didn't like. If that's what happened, see, there's some things you could do in life you just can't come back from. You can't come back from. And I believe this may be something that he can't come back from. Because, and people need to think ahead. See, I always think ahead. Excuse me. So, let's say, she said he pulled her out the shower, put hands and feet on her. I can't imagine a man stomping his daughter. I can't imagine that, right? I can't imagine it. I'm not saying it happened. I'm not saying it didn't happen. It probably did happen. But what I'm saying is, what happened prior? Because the way she was talking all recklessly out of her mouth on that video, I'm sure she was saying all type of shit. Does that make it right? No. But the reason why it's so magnified is because it sees of who he is. You know, I done seen, let me tell y'all something. I had the best uncles in the world, right? Those were the men that I looked up to. My daddy died when I was 2 or 3 or something, right? I have seen my uncles. I seen my uncle one time. I can't remember if he slapped her or if he put her head through the kitchen cabinet because she kept running off at the mouth, right? I had never seen nothing like that. I had never seen it before or after. But there's sometimes everybody have a breaking point. And we don't know what has been going on. But the way she was talking in that video, I'm sure she was saying all type of shit. And she probably thinks she's entitled. And she's mad at the girlfriend, right? Now, when you are the girlfriend and your man has a child, unless you've been with him for years and years, you got to stay in your place. I'm going to say that. Because, you know, the lady wrote something on, I guess, on her Instagram or something about what happened and da-da-da-da-da. You know, if I meet a man right now and he got a young daughter or something, all I'm going to do is say hi. And if we have to talk, I ain't going to do nothing. I'm not trying to discipline you. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm not trying to be your buddy. You know, that has to grow organically. You can't make that grow. You know what I'm saying? You can't make that grow, especially if her mother's alive. Now, if the mother then died tragically and he raising her, then that's something different. And he my man, then we could try to get a little closer. But just, she got her mother, she just coming for the summer, or she just coming to visit for the weekend, or however long she visited. I'm not trying to do none of that. I'm going to say hi, I'm going to be cordial, might laugh and giggle with you if you allow me to, but I ain't trying to get close to you because that ain't what you do, right? So the girl said that she was trying to teach her how to lose, exercise so she could lose weight because I guess she's got bigger. She wanted to try to help her lose weight, do meal plans. You was doing too much. Maybe your heart was good, but you're doing too much for her. You're not her mother. And you clearly see how she felt about you in that video, right? She talked about that woman like a dog. Talking about she had STDs and she was trying to say the name of an STD. I don't know what she was talking about, but she was saying stuff, right? And she was, called her daddy out his name and said he ain't did shit. She said a lot. And see, all that was resentment over the years coming out. All of that was the shit she been feeling and it came out, right? And I don't know if they can come back from that. I suggest therapy. And I suggest that when they do get back together, no girlfriends are involved. You have father-daughter time when you have your girl. There's a lot of sacrifices have to be made when you have kids. There's a lot of sacrifices. Like you can't have, as a woman, as a mother, you can't have men coming in and out your house. You just can't. If you got a boyfriend now, give it a while before you get another boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you doing, don't let your kids see. You know what I'm saying? I would have company. My kids, there was a rule. You got to see me at night once my kids leave, and daybreak can't catch you at my house. I don't give a damn if it's snowing, raining, a blizzard, a tornado. You must leave my house when my kids get up. They cannot see you, right? So, there's certain things you have to do and certain sacrifices you have to make when you have a child, right? I don't care how old they get. Now when they get a certain age grown, then you got to tell them, hey, this is my life. I'm living my life. If you don't like it, go on about your business. But as they're trying to be adults and growing up into whatever they, into adulthood, there's certain things you have to do and certain things you can't do, right? Now, I'm going to say this one more time. I don't know if he put his foot on or not. He probably did for her to say it. Why would you say it, right? I just can't imagine, though, that you just put your foot on your child. Like, me and my kids had some scruffles, right? Even my daughter. But I never, like, as far as my daughter, none of them. I done try to throw a stick or bust my sons in the head with something. But, me and my daughter done had some scruffles, but I never put my hand, like, we just going, because I don't want to do that. Because once you go there, see, let me tell you, and that's probably what happened with Seeds. Once you go there and your mind is in fight mode, you're no longer my child. You a motherfucker in the streets. And I'm going to handle you as such. And you can't go back. You can't come back from that shit. You can't come back from it. I don't believe you can. Because there's always going to be a resentment. You might fake around and try to, but it's always going to be, I remember my motherfucking daddy stomped me in my face. I remember my mama not broke my nose. That ain't cool. And I hope that that's not what happened. I hope that they can resolve that. I hope that they get some counseling. I hope that the baby mama become unbitter, because now what's that done did for her is put fuel on the fire. Now she don't go now. She don't go now. I hope C's don't get in no trouble. I hope. See, and let me tell y'all something. This for all the bitter baby mamas out there. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. If you mad at him and he done moved on, let me tell you what you do. You move on, but what you do, and more importantly for your soul, is you be kind and you be nice. And he got a girlfriend, be cool with the girlfriend, because the girlfriend going to do things for you. It's going to be advantageous to you, right? Such as watch that child when you try to go somewhere and he ain't doing it. The girlfriend is your end. The girlfriend is the link. It's you and him and the girlfriend in the middle. That's what you do. That's what you do. You be cool. And if it don't work, it don't work. Fuck it, right? But that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all before, I got 3 kids by 3 different men, 3 different times in my life. I am very, very, very much love all of my in-laws. The kids call me Auntie still. I love I love them people, right? Now I don't fool with a daddy or two, but the people, I'm cool with them. Cool with them. Right now, till today, I'm cool with them. My kids know they, it intertwines, like I told you. You know what I'm saying? So, we have to stop that bitter baby mama shit. We have to stop telling our kids to not like their daddy or talk about him bad in front of them. Because now the girl is there, she got all this resentment. She don't know what to do with it. She's a kid. She's a kid, right? And then he got this woman that's beautiful with the body and all that. She's sitting there, she angry. She's upset. And her mama upset. Her mama done say the mama telling her shit and this and that and that and that. So, like I said, I hope that he didn't put his feet on her. But like I said, kids, especially teenagers, they'll make you drag them. They will make you. They will make you. I haven't experienced it myself. I have some stories to tell about my sons. I'm going to put that in my book. I ain't going to put it all right here on the YouTube. But I've experienced some shit. You know what I'm saying? Them boys is rough. They rough. And, at a certain age, my oldest boy was so goddamn bad. He was so bad. I remember going to the library. I like to read a lot. I like to do a lot of research. And I found a book that said, culturally, we're descendants of Africans, right? Culturally, that black boys become men at 9. Culturally and in their mind. You know what I'm saying? And I think there's some type of ritual that Africans do. When they get 10, 11, 12, or 13 or something, they take them somewhere. They go out and they come back, they're a man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like kids. People have to quit thinking that kids they're children and they need to be respectful, but they're also young adults, right? When they're preteens, they're young adults and their minds are forming and their minds are forming into what they're going to be as adults, right? So you have to show a good image. But also, like I said, that shit, that video, if y'all get to see that video is something else. That video made me want to talk to her. Like, just seriously talk to her. And I would like to seriously, I don't know C's. He looked like a friendly guy to me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know him. I don't know them people. You know what I'm saying? And You know, if he put his foot on her, you got to make amends to that. You got to switch that up. If she made you that angry, maybe she don't need to be around you until you guys resolve whatever underlying issues that it is, right? And that's okay. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? There's no rules to this shit, to this game of life. You just got to fill it out and do what you think is best for you at the time, right? Or you and the involved parties at the time. But I seriously believe they need some counseling, because if that's what happened, you know, they need to take a break and then they need some counseling, right? But anyway, y'all, you know, I want you guys to drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think about that situation. It's very, very unfortunate because, you know what can happen. See, let me tell y'all something. Everybody's looking for the downfall of the black man, right? So a black man can't give you ammunition to make your downfall. You see what I'm saying? Or to scorn your name or, you know, whatever, right? So I'm just hoping that they can resolve this. I'm hoping that really didn't happen that way. I'm sure something happened. I just hope it didn't happen that way, right? But again, y'all, you know, drop down in the comments. Let me know. I thank you guys for watching Jackie with a Q. I thank you for being a part of the Jack Squad. I really, really, really appreciate you. I want everyone. Now, let me say, I got to say this, y'all. Got to say this, right? Saying this yesterday. So, regardless of what you guys believe, Corona is real, right? The bodies is piling up. They piling up. You know, people going out of the country, they going all over the country and doing all that stuff, right? I got friends all over the country now. The bodies is piling up, right? And, you know, I don't like to watch the news too much. I don't like to, but, you know, if sometimes it come across, I'll read it or something. I don't really watch it because I don't want that shit in my head. I realized when the start of this shit, I don't want all that in my ear space. I don't want all that. I don't want to be, I'm already nervous and anxious enough about that shit, right? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, right? But something troubled me, so that's why I'm speaking on it today. They said that, you know, they're basically running out of space for the bodies. Now, I have a friend in Cleveland that worked at the, he worked at the morgue, I think. He worked at the morgue, right? And he used to tell me about the bodies, and they're mostly black, right? Now in the state of California, they're getting ready to have the National Guard come in and assist with the dead bodies, right? Now, down here where I'm at, people just moving around like they moving around. Now, I think a lot of stuff is closed. I don't know because I ain't out there, right? But I think a lot of like bars and all that shit closed. No, I take that back because it's a bar that got good chicken wings. They open, but people ain't in there like they was though. You can ride by there, a couple cars. People ain't doing that, right? And I think North Carolina has shut down at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock or something. He enforced that. But what I'm saying is, there's a lot of people out. Like I told you, I go past these restaurants, they jammed packed. White folks is just walking around like ain't shit happening, right? Now, we doing some stuff too. Because I see a lot of parties that we doing it. We can't do that, y'all. And what I hope this new administration does is enforce a federal shutdown, at least for 90 days. Like I said, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, I ain't nobody but Jackie, right? But I think that something needs to be enforced just to slow this shit down. So if you're going to, it makes no sense to give vaccinations if people still going to be moving around and doing all the shit, right? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's my take on that. I ain't gonna go along with the corona, but it's still out there, and as long as it's out there, goddamn it, I'm gonna talk about it because I want to come out the house. So anyway, y'all, thanks for watching Jackie with a Q, where the Q stands for Queen, the Q stands for questions, and the Q stands for quality of life, right? And like I said, drop down in the comments and tell me what you guys think about this situation. How would you handle it? You know, because like I said, it was a certain way I had to live with my kids, and I sacrificed a lot. I sacrificed a lot because I had kids, right? So anyway, y'all, drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think, and everybody, have a great rest of your day. I don't know what I did with my thing, y'all. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. So everybody, see that dark when I move. But anyway, everybody have a great rest of your day, and be safe. Bye-bye.